everyone, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're taking a look at Cliffjumper from the Transformers Bumblebee Speed series. You can see written right here on the side. I just got this actually from FAO Schwartz, as you can see there, on my trip to New York this past weekend. I have never seen this guy in a store before that, so I was actually really excited to find him. And I just had a request on one of my other videos to review this guy, so here we are, going to go ahead and review it for you. Now, as most of you guys can probably tell right off the bat, it is just a repaint of the Speed Series Bumblebee VW Bug version, not the Camaro version, obviously. Yeah, so it's just kind of a shameless repaint, not really any retooling as far as I can tell, but we'll get there. But yeah, he was $6, so his normal retail. I was actually kind of surprised that being in New York City, I thought the prices would be inflated, of course, but no, normal price, so couldn't pass him up. Packaging, standard packaging. Bubble on card, nothing we're not used to already. Just shows how you can use the Energon Igniter to plug into the back, which we'll take a look at a little bit later on. So let's go ahead, let's get him out of the packaging, and let's take a closer look. So here he is out of the packaging. Pretty nice little paint details. Got some silver here on the chest, have some silver on the arms. Get a close-up look at that face. Obviously a lot of silver there with the blue paint for the eyes. I just kind of noticed that mine, unfortunately, has this, like, gash on his foot. It was covered up with packaging, so I couldn't see it when I picked it out in the store, but he'll survive. If you've seen the movie, he's no stranger to battle damage, so I think he'll make it. But just a real quick comparison, here is the Bumblebee from the Speed series. You can tell it's exactly a repaint. There's not really any remolding. Nothing has changed. It is just a straight up repaint. So nothing super exciting there, but I still think he looks good. I was excited to see him because I really haven't seen any new Speed Series stuff since that first wave. This is the only new Speed Series thing that I've seen come out. Articulation, he's got a ball joint here in the shoulder, ball joint in the hip, then he's got a kind of weird knee. It's really for the transformation, and then he's got some weird ankle movement also for the transformation. So, you know, I mean, he's a little Legion class figure, so it's kind of the articulation points you would expect, but really not a ton of kibble or anything. I think he looks good. He's a fun little guy. Let's go ahead and get into his transformation. Transformation, very simple as you might expect. Go ahead, flip this up to cover the head. Then you're going to push in the arms. Go ahead, flip those feet in. There we go. And then you just kind of spin these guys around at that weird knee and click it all together. Whoops, the hand came out. Get back in there, hand. There we go. And there you go. So if you're thinking to yourself, I don't really remember when Cliffjumper transformed into a VW Bug, you would be correct, because he did not. I feel like they probably could have repainted the Camaro version of B, and that would have been a more convincing Cliffjumper, because he really doesn't look like a VW Bug. But what are you going to do? This is what they chose to do, and it looks good. I mean, he looks good in red. He's got nice painted windows there. Didn't decide to paint the back window there. I'm assuming because of how it transforms. That makes sense. But still, looks good. Cool little dude. We'll go ahead and we'll check out the... oops, got some red plastic flakes coming off already. That's not good. Anyway, we'll go ahead and check out the Energon Igniter gimmick. So it's very simple. You just go ahead, plug this in to the back. Unfortunately, it's a little loose, but this one's a little bit tighter than some of the others. A lot of the Speed series, they don't peg in all that great. It's just kind of a bummer, but that's how it is. And then you just push this down. Okay. Take two. There you go. So that went flying. Unfortunately, just because the connection's not super tight, a lot of times you'll see things like where it just kind of falls over or, you know, disconnects very quickly while you're using the gimmick. But then there are some times where it'll really zoom it across, and because there's not a lot of weight here, this thing will send it flying, because this is meant to move the larger Nitro series and the Power series. So if For the Speed series, it really shoots them out like a cannon. But I think it's neat. I think it's neat that you can actually use this gimmick across the entire Transformers Bumblebee line, not just the different size. You know, all different size classes are included there, so I think that's pretty cool. Even though it doesn't work amazingly well for the Speed series, it's still cool that it's possible. So I think little Cliffjumper is pretty cool. I still maintain that the Camaro version of Bumblebee probably would have been the better one to repaint as Cliffjumper, but he's still neat. I like him a lot. It is just kind of a shameless repaint. They didn't retool anything or remold anything. But, you know, with these little Legion class Speed series, whatever you want to call them, I feel like you can get away with that kind of stuff. And it's just fun to add another little tiny pocket-sized Transformer to your collection. At $6, I think it's worth it. I'd definitely pick it up. Pretty decent paint applications for a figure this small. I really like the silver in the arms and on the chest. I think that's a really nice touch. And also the windows around the front and the side. You can see it down here on the legs. That metallic blue is really sharp. And the eyes as well. So anyway, I think he's fun. Like I said, if you really don't want just a regular repaint of Bumblebee, you could just stick to the Bumblebee. But I don't know. I just kind of think it's weird that they did one wave of Speed series and then just never went back to it. And it's kind of looking like the Bumblebee line's going to die out sooner rather than later. Just making room for new Cyberverse stuff, Studio series, you know, Siege is in full swing now. Not that they can't. They could keep Bumblebee, but I feel like now that the movie's over and it's out of theaters, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if the line only lasts another month or two, but we'll see. So this might be the end of the Speed series. Only time will tell. But if it is, it's a fun little way to go out. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, but I'd pick them up for $6. I feel like any little Transformer is pretty good. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.